Let's take stock of the global handover from last night, beginning with the United States. Now, just recently in the last half hour, what has happened is that futures have actually tapered off significantly and are now up only 30 points. But earlier in the day, they were up around 200 points. The Monday rally itself, which played out in the live market, the Dow was up more than 200 points, so 0.9%. S&P touched its highest level since Feb 21st, and the Nasdaq closed at another record high, powered by Apple and Microsoft. Now, the S&P 500 ended the session 3% below the intraday record, which was set on February 19th. So, clocking new highs for these indices, and starting off the August month on a really sharp and smart note. Now, if we look at Asia, Asia's been also quite strong, but today it's hinging on the Reserve Bank of Australia's decision. They're going to take a call on their interest rates, and that will set the atmosphere for a lot of stocks. In the meanwhile, your Japanese stocks gained both yesterday, and that trend seems to be continuing today in early trade. The Nikkei and Topics are up both 1% yet again, as we saw yesterday morning. The S&P ASX 200 in Australia is also currently up over 1%. And the retail sales data for Australia is also expected at 9:30 a.m. today. So that'll be another key driver for our markets. Overall, the MSCI index, barring Japan, traded 0.32% higher. Coming down to Europe, Europe was also fairly upbeat. They're gearing up for a big earnings week. They also have been supported, the markets have been supported there by positive manufacturing data, which has recently come out of the eurozone. So the stock 600 closed up 2.2% provisionally, which is a massive gain. And your auto stocks here jumped nearly 4% to lead the gains, and all your sectors were really in the positive territory. Marking another strong start to August for EU equities, given the slight tapering off we saw toward the end of the month, and this makes it their first negative month since March. So that's July I'm talking about. So July was the first negative month since March, and then August again has been a very strong start for the EU pack of stocks. Now let's go over to oil. There was some encouraging manufacturing data like we've shared with you coming out of Europe, Australia retail sales, US retail sales. So oil prices have actually been rising on the back of that. They were up 2% yesterday. There's also now, a fear creeping into these prices because they have been steady above $40, and the OPEC now may be looking at its supply cuts in a different light and perhaps changing some of those volumes, which could hurt prices. So that's just the key thing to look out for. Also, the COVID cases surging globally is another key thing to look out for. So Brent rose 86 cents or 2% to 44, and WI rose 74 cents or nearly 2% to 41. Gold, every time we see equities rally, gold cools off a bit. That's what we've seen again. Dollar strengthened, investors booked some profits. So the focus is now all on the new stimulus package for America. And in the meanwhile, spot gold has fallen 0.3% to 1969 per ounce. And US gold futures have eased off as well to $1984 per ounce.